Well, hello. Where have y'all been? I've been waiting on y'all all week long. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in. Come on in to this Wow Monologue Slam finale show. This is going to be amazing night, y'all. Listen, we have got three judges, not one, not two, but three of the judges here tonight that are going to be judging these amazing, amazing, talented people. So, while y'all hitting share and getting people to come on in, let's get this music going, okay? Y'all already know the game. You know what type of music you're waiting on. Oh, there it is. Oh, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Wait for it. Here we go. Sunday. Happy Sunday, y'all. Happy Sunday. Hello, hello, hello. Again, and welcome to Wow Production. I'm your finale show. Okay. Welcome, welcome, welcome again. Again, hit share. Let all your people, your family, your friends, everybody know that you are watching Wild Monologue Sam, and tell them to come and watch themselves, okay? Because this is going to be an amazing night. We have got nine contestants. Yes, you saw it last week. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we had 3 rounds of amazing contestants, and 3 nights. All the contestants were great. But we did have to narrow it down, okay? So 2 contestants were chosen each night by the judge, and 1 was chosen by you. Yes, People's Choice. We have 3 People's Choice winners, and the other contestants are the contestants that the judges selected. Now, again, these judges are back. We have Susan Willis, aka Mama Bear. We have Kima Mingo, and we have Miss Ursula O. Robinson in the house tonight. So we're going to be talking to them throughout the night, okay? We're going to get to know them, pick their brains a little bit, because you already know, if you watched any piece of last week, you already know that they have knowledge, they have amazing spirits, and they are going to help these contestants, okay, along their way on their acting journeys. So, without further ado, we want to just let you know, number one, why we're here, okay? Again, Wow Productions is a performing arts center. We're a production company based out of Columbia, South Carolina. We are here just to bring productions to you that are going to warm your heart, that's going to teach you something, and that's just going to really just help to make you a better person, because we're better people for doing them, okay? We always learn, we always grow every time we do a production. We're so excited that you have come and joined us tonight. Thank you. Now, as the night goes on, you know that you can vote for your contestants, okay? Voting opened last night. So again, we're going to have an overall People's Choice winner, okay? And that's going to be announced with the rest of the winners. So you can still continue to be a part of it. So make sure you go to wowproduction.org to vote. Also at wowproduction.org, you can donate. Yes. Again, Wow Production is going to get a home. After all this pandemic is over and it's safe to touch your neighbor, high five your neighbor, slap your neighbor on the head, you can come to our performing arts center that we're going to open. We're going to have workshops, we're going to have classes, small production. So make sure you come, okay? But we need your help. We need your donations so that we can open it up. So if you see on the bottom here, you can go to wowproduction.org to make a donation, or you can go to $WowX to make a donation at Cash App. All right, so we already got the little housekeeping out the way. So now we're going to start off with our monologue slam tonight, okay? These contestants have been working very, very hard. Now, just to let you know a little bit of housekeeping rules so you know what's going on, they have 90 seconds to perform their monologue, okay? 90 seconds. The judges are going to come up. They're going to give their amazing feedback, and then we are going to announce the winners. Not right after that, but we'll see. We'll see when we're going to announce it. Just stay tuned to the entire live, okay? Watch the entire live. So we are going to bring up our first judge right now, just to talk a little bit and chit chat with Miss Susan Willis, aka Mama Bear. She is a casting director. She is an actress extraordinaire. She is out of Augusta, South Carolina. No, Georgia. She is a working actor. She is amazing, amazing acting coach. She has her own facility as well where she teaches. We're going to bring up Mama Bear. Susan Willis.
Hello, Miss Dana.
Hi, how are you?
Doing great this Sunday afternoon. Beautiful fall day.
It is a beautiful fall day. Listen, summer did not give us any warning. Summer just said bye. Summer did not say, hey, I'm going to be back. Hey, I'm getting ready to go. She just packed her stuff and left.
Went out the door.
So tell me, how's this experience been for you? Second time around, you're judging. What was different this time around judging the Monologue Slam than last time?
I felt more prepared. I wasn't as nervous. I have been, over COVID, I have been opening up opportunities to coach and to mentor and to give feedback to a lot of actors. And I really enjoy this side of it. I like acting too, and I like casting, but I really enjoy giving the feedback and watching the actors grow and see the hunger when they're like, oh, I just wanted to nail that one spot, or I wanted to do really good here or there. And it's great. I have kind of a core group of actors I've been working with, and I'm seeing them improve all the time. And it's thrilling to watch people and see the hunger in their eyes and know you're a part of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Great. And why is it important to train and get acting coaches and be in that environment? Why is that important?
Oh, gotta always be training. This is not something that happens overnight. And the training and the support for the training facilities, people might complain, oh, you just want money to make a movie. Well, yeah, you need money to make a movie, because if you're going to be an actor in a movie, wouldn't you want to get paid? Well, you can't get paid if there's nobody investing in it. Right. And the quality is only going to be as good as the money they have to spend on good equipment. And the same with training. You can only get hired for a job if you're well trained. You can't walk in and perform surgery day one of doctor school, So I just think it's so important. And I love what you guys are doing with WOW Productions by your offering. You're providing a resource where people can get that training, get that experience, and put it into practice. A couple of my actors in my group are just, they're zoomed out. They're tired of Zoom meetings. So they're ready for some in-person interaction.
Right. Awesome. Okay, great. Awesome. So what are you expecting tonight? Like if you could make the perfect night, what would you expect it to be?
Just to be speechless from every single monologue, because I watched all the rounds and I was judging from home. I judged, I sent my votes in on the 2 nights I wasn't judging. And, but I slept since then. I purposely didn't want to over prepare.
Sure.
I would look at all the faces of the people coming back, and I hope to see any of them that took the notes, that any of us judges, that would be kind of fulfilling to see some of the notes taken, especially if they perform the same monologues. But I'm just really excited to see some of these faces again, because they were all great.
Great. Awesome. Okay, great. Awesome. So you ready to get started?
I am. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, it was a pleasure always talking to you. We're going to be talking more throughout the night, but thank you so much, Susan Willis, aka Mama Bear.
Thank you.
Guys, then I tell you, listen, warm spirits, knowledge. These judges are going to really give some great feedback to these contestants. And these contestants are amazing, okay? They are ready. They are already backstage. They are excited. We're excited, okay? WOW Productions, again, is just inviting you into our head, our space, and what we want to do. And we want to cultivate the arts. We want to cultivate new actors, seasoned actors, just anyone that's willing to get this feedback, put themselves out there and grow. So we appreciate you all participating in that. So again, you can go to wowproduction.org to vote. Well, don't go now because you're watching it live, okay? Wait till after. You can do that up until 11:59 tonight. But go to wowproduction.org to vote for your favorite contestant. So now that you know now, you can be taking your notes, judging at home. So at the end of this live, you can go and make your vote. And of course, you can donate at their website as well. So again, hit share, let everybody know what you're watching. And we are going to go ahead and get started with our first contestant. And that contestant is Miss Aleasha Burgess. Come on up.
Hello.
Hi, Aleasha. How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I am doing good. So, Aleasha, tell me, how has it felt this week? You had a whole week From when you found out you made the finale to now, how's it felt you preparing and everything?
A great preparation. Because the feedback that I got, I was not only able to do better with my monologue itself, but also the technical aspects of it, which I can also use in the future for submitting myself to projects. So it was a good learning experience for this and for just my craft in general. So I'm thankful for it.
Great. Awesome. That's perfect. So you ready to get started?
I'm ready.
Okay. All right. Well, Miss Aleasha Burgess, you have the floor.
I don't know what I'm doing here. I mean, I know what I'm doing here, but I don't really know what I'm doing here, you know? Like, do you ever feel like you're waiting for life to happen to you? Okay, let's say you're at an intersection and you don't know which way you want to go. There's flowers to your right and a sunset to your left and something, I don't know, whatever. And when all of a sudden some guy pulls up to your left and he's like, frick you, why don't you go, you frickety frick? And you're like, who says frick anymore, sir? And he's like, frick, and fricks off to the right. And you're like, well, decision made, I'm gonna pull up and go left because frick that guy, I'm going left. And that's life making a decision for me. I didn't have to do anything but wait to be pulled or pushed in the right direction. And what I'm saying is, what if I wait my whole life and I never do anything? What if I've been waiting my whole life because I've never learned how to make a clear choice and commit to it? So what am I doing here? Frick if I know. See?
Y'all got to go first because she was my girl.
Okay. Oh, she was okay, she was your girl. All right. Okay, good. Aleasha, thank you so much for sharing your gift with us this evening. Really nice. I really like that transition from at the beginning when you went from being the contestant to being this particular character. You're very natural. You kind of, as we say, leave yourself alone a lot. You don't give a lot of extra things to make us buy what it is that you're selling and everything. And that's very nice. What I would like to suggest to you for next time is think about, and this is a technique thing, think about the urgency for getting to figure out why are you here right now.
Right.
How bad do you want it? And how bad do you want to figure out why you're here right now? Because that urgency is going to lead to something that we call a build, so that each thing stacks upon the next thing, upon the next thing. And then you go,
Right.
at the end, but I don't want you to go in your head. I want it to be like a natural progression of your thoughts and your feelings as you go up. Right. So that's a different thing. So it's technique. I'm giving you an effect, but as an actor, you can't play the end.
Right.
Let me do this. I have to figure out something within this to make that happen.
Right.
Okay. All right. Ladies, anybody?
Yeah, well, I'll go next since she was your girl. Hello, Miss Lady. How are you?
I'm so good. How are you?
Good. I just had a couple things as well, and I love what Ursula said. That sense of urgency is going to be very important for this type of monologue, and I want you to be okay with really submitting emotionally to the scene because you're describing it. But I want you to make sure that we feel what you're feeling. And I know you can't say the F word. You had to like use a different word, but you know the F word packs a punch. And so give the same power and passion behind the substitute word as you would if we heard the real word.
Okay.
Make us feel the same thing. And so I think it would be important. I would say keep doing this monologue. I think it's great for your personality, your vibe, and your sway.
Okay.
Keep working on making sure that you are there emotionally, that you submit to what you're doing, and that you put us there because you're telling us a story. And it's so relatable. All of us have been in a traffic situation, had a moment of road rage, or someone has a moment of road rage with us.
Right.
So that is super relatable. So when you're telling that story, slap me right there, right in the moment. Take a breath to get into the character. You took a little bit, but you kind of slid into the character like you were really blossoming as you were going.
Mm-hmm.
Take that moment of breath to blossom there. So then when you start talking, where I'm right there, like, what? He did what? He said what? And even if you say freak, I still feel the punch and the impact. Because then at the end, you're just like, and what the freak am I doing here? We're there right with you, like, yeah, you know what? I'm vibing with you. I understand. I feel it. So let that passion come through and really allow yourself to submit to the emotion of the scenario.
Okay. Thank you so much.
I just want to add to that really quick because Ursula said it so wonderfully. I'm not as eloquent in my wording as she is, or Kima. So just take it for what it is. I felt the same thing. There was a few times where I wanted you to just breathe. Just breathe and relax. I know you were probably nervous. You're first up for the night. And I wanted you to breathe. And I did. I wanted you to build just a little bit more. Like I felt you, but I wanted to feel you feeling the moment as it was building and as you were building up to that moment where that guy is blessing you out. And then it would almost reach a climax. And then at the end, you're, what the freak am I doing here? So I totally agree with the ladies were saying about build it, add maybe an extra pause somewhere, just something to give it a little bit more depth in between. Okay. It almost had a rambling effect. And if you're rambling, then it comes off as monotone. And then we don't know where the important things are, like the F word or that. So, when you're rambling, it starts to become just like white noise, and nothing sticks out. So figure out those moments within it that we want to stick out. Like you see that man, oh my gosh, something just entered your field of vision. And now oh my gosh, he's doing what? So I hope that makes sense.
Oh, it does. So much.
You're welcome. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Awesome. Great job, Aleasha. Thank you so much, judges. Thank you. Aleasha, great job. Great job again, honey. So now, again, okay, so Tangie said that was good. Go, Aleasha. You setting the bar. You were setting the bar very, very high. So let's go ahead and tell the people after this live what they need to do for you.
Go to wildproductions.org where you can share and vote for me.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Aleasha. Great job. Awesome. Okay, guys, I told you this is like the cream of the crop. These are amazing, talented people, and they're going to give you great stuff all evening long. So stay tuned. So our next contestant coming on up is Mr. Andre Dorsey. Come on up, Andre Dorsey, who is on mute. Yeah. Hey, Andre, how are you?
I'm good. How y'all doing?
I'm doing good. Okay, so tell me about your week in preparation for this finale. First of all, how'd you feel when you found out that you were in the finale?
Humble, for sure.
Okay.
And excited at the same time, and just kind of taking in the notes that I was given, and looking forward to today. Okay,
great. And then how was your week of preparation?
I'm gonna be honest, it was a little tough because wanting to really sell it, wanting to really make sure that I'm in the moment and convey the message. So it just was back and forth, but hey, we're gonna roll with it.
Okay, awesome. All right, were you ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, Mr. Andre Dorsey, you have the floor.
Hey, look, nephew, your mom wanted me to come over and talk to you. Look, you got a good thing going for yourself. continue to play the game of basketball the way you're supposed to, and just stay out the streets. All right? Streets ain't got no love for you. Yeah, like me. You're right. You know, everything that you have in you, I had in me. You have a great opportunity to go to the league. Just like me. I had that same opportunity. I was better than a Michael Jordan. I was a Magic Johnson before there was a Magic Johnson. I was a Dr. J before there was a Dr. J. But where are they? And look at me. I ain't got a pot to piss in. Nephew, this ain't what you want. They ain't not in them streets. The streets ain't got no love for you. So yeah, don't be like me. Because this life is cruel. I'm sleeping on the streets for God's sakes. But if this is the life you want, then come and get it. Take this. You want this because I don't want it. I'm dried up. Everything I had, I pissed away. And you doing the same thing. You got one life. God has only given you that one life, nephew. Don't shit on it like I did. Don't.
Well, since my face popped up first, I can go first. I don't mind.
Right. Okay, that's fine.
Okay, sir. You had me from the beginning. You got into character, and first word, I was like, okay, you got me nervous. I don't know what's about to happen. You were super sincere. Like, I felt like I was there. And what I loved about it, just like with Aleasha's, it's relatable because the young people think that they have forever. And no, my story is going to be different and I can just take my time. And so it's relatable in the aspect of you're talking to a young person, telling them about your regret. And it was such passion behind what you were saying. I felt it. Like at the end, when you said something and you were gritting your teeth at the end, I jumped and I was like, oh okay. Because I'm taking notes. And I was like, oh, okay, he made me jump. Okay. So I just really appreciated the fact that you chose something that works for you as an actor. I can see you playing that part if it was written like in a real project. You weren't trying to be something that you weren't. And you were sincere, you were believable, passionate, great dynamics in your voice as well. Because some people tend to take passion and think that means yelling the entire time. And you use your tone and your cadence very well. And my last thing is just be careful of bobbing and weaving toward the camera because that's going to affect the focus. Now you can move back and forth because this is the focal length. So if you're here and this is your focus, moving this way will keep you in focus, but moving back and forth is going to affect you. And so sometimes you'll be in focus and sometimes you won't, but I felt that one. Yeah. I felt that one.
Thank you.
Does that mean I go next since I can?
Yeah.
Yes. So the technical note, Kima, absolutely right. I wrote that down about the rocking. Be careful of rocking too much. And there was all this extra space over here on stage. I'm sure this was so beautiful, but on film, which I'm a big film, I would have liked to have not seen you from this angle. I would have liked to have seen you more straight on talking to this person right here. So I could have seen what the rest of your body was doing. And I was just telling them before this, I don't want to see the whole body, but then you made an exception out of it. And I'm like, I wanted to see the rest of this anger because I could feel it. Like Kima was saying, I could feel it just swelling up in you. And I felt bad for this kid. And it made me wonder, what is this kid doing that's making you have to preach to him like this? What has he just done to force you to have to give all these examples. And it was very emotional. And I could feel you through the screen, you know, and I'm trying to take notes, but I couldn't because I didn't want to miss anything. And I guess if anything, and this is super nitpicky, was part of me felt like you got big too soon. If you could have reserved a little bit of the heat of the yelling at him when you were giving the examples and let it swell, it was just like I felt like you were big all in his face right away, where sometimes being soft, given those examples of the different people, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm crazy, but it was still very effective. And it would have just been, don't give me all of your emotion right away. Give it kind of like Aleasha, let it go, let it build and go somewhere. And then at the end, I mean, it was just, you know, I just kind of wanted to cry for that kid, for you, for your character. But I forgot who I was watching. I just felt that I was watching this poor guy, you know, and this is so silly and stupid. I'm always a stickler for what actors wear when they're doing their performance. And I was like, why is he wearing a hoodie? And it's got a logo on it, you know? And I was about to start hating on it. But then you were like, oh, I'm homeless. And I thought, well, what he's wearing kind of fit the character, you know? And the straps weren't perfect and everything. And it really, you probably didn't even mean to do that on purpose, but it added to the element without it being costumey. And I really liked that one. It was gritty. I'm done.
Great. Mr. Andre,
Yes,
I agree so much with all of the ladies. And thank you so much for bringing your gift to us tonight so that we could see this wonderfulness. Mr. Andre, you have such a great inner life. Your connection to who you are and to the people around you is so great that you really don't have to do much to bring something to us, to make us believe in whatever it is that you have presented before us. But you also have that very rare gift, Mr. Andre, of being able to give us a technical performance with the build, with the dynamics here. You know how to take an audience on a ride. You are a storyteller. You know about audiences. You know about women. You know how to make them do what it is that you want them to do. But I challenge you, Mr. Andre, to go deeper. I believe that there's another place for you within this framework of your acting and even in this monologue. I want it to feel as if there is someone physically holding you back from punching that boy in the face. But you create that with your connection by getting deeper. Now, that doesn't mean getting bigger. That doesn't mean this. It means that your belief becomes even deeper. Now, don't do because you're an artist. I know how you do because I'm this kind of way too. Don't overthink it. Think it and don't do nothing. Think it and do nothing. You are so rich in front of a camera and an audience that your thinking and doing nothing is going to make it happen.
That was a word. That was a whole word, honey.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, awesome job, Andre. Yes, you did good. You did great. So now tell the people what they need to do after this live is over.
Go vote. Take your time, look at all the actors and actresses that do their monologues and vote, especially for me.
Great. Well, thank you, y'all. Andre says vote. Suspense makes the judges' audience want to know more and see more, says Vicky. So I guess you had her suspenseful. So great job.
Cool. I'm going to go get my hair and everything cut.
Please do. Thank you. I wasn't going to say nothing, but since you, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
It was for the road.
Was it? Okay.
Take care.
All right. Thank you, Andre. Y'all, listen, people is method acting up in here, okay? They are into it. So let's bring up our lovely third contestant, Miss Jessica Roberts. Come on up, girl.
Hi, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Great, I'm so excited for this. I'm just so blessed to be here.
Great, awesome. So what did it feel like when you found out that you made the finale? How'd you feel?
Honestly, didn't think I was gonna make it. So let's just start there. It really felt just kind of validating that like I was on the right path. And then all the feedback that I was given, I was so excited to have the opportunity to show that I could really listen to feedback and then switch up. And so I was just really excited, and then I just felt just so humbled to be, invited back to, do it again, and do it better. So I'm so excited to be here.
Awesome, great. And so what has your week of preparation been like?
Honestly, I'm trying to get away from all distractions, honestly. So a lot of the feedback I wrote down. And so just like every day, I would just be trying to just pick one and really hone into it, and make sure that as I just worked on the monologue, that it progressed, so once I got to Sunday, I felt like, okay, the monologue had evolved so much that, I was prepared for it. And so that was really my thing. But then today, I just cleared my mind. I didn't think about anything until like 2 hours before, and just try to, get my body ready for this moment.
Okay, great. Awesome. All right. Well, you ready for the moment?
I am.
All right. Well, Miss Jessica Roberts, you have the floor.
No, thank you. Don't do it. Don't open up that little box. One more crack. Don't ask me to marry you. And just shh. Don't say another word. Just listen. I can't let you do this to me. I mean, before I met you, I was such a jerk. I mean, seriously, those people I introduced to you as my friends, they're not my friends. They're scared of me. But since being with you, I've begun to feel all warm inside and fuzzy. I have these thoughts, these urges to help out in soup kitchens and donate to charities and hug people. Don't you see? Don't you see you're making me nice? So please, I'm asking you. No, I'm begging you. Look, I'm getting down on my knees. Will you please not marry me? Thank you.
Okay, my girl. I want to go first while it's on my mind. Because I can compare from the last time. Hey, Jessica, how are you?
I'm so good. How about you?
You look so refreshed and relaxed. And
You think so?
all right, I'm just going to give technical notes. I'm going to leave all the real good stuff to Ursula and Kima.
Okay, love it.
Because they're so good at that. I'm really big on eye lines. And I noticed when he opened that ring and you were like, oh, please don't. And when you said, don't open it another crack, don't open that box or something, there's something like, I would have, instead of looking at him to say, don't you open that box, you're referring to that box. So to do that, we lost her. Is she there?
Uh-oh.
Oh, we lost her. Did I just continue?
I
You
don't
think
know.
she's watching?
Let me see. I'm not sure where she went.
I ran her off. There she is.
I'm sorry. Excuse that.
Okay. So I mean, I'm big on, like, if somebody's going to hand you money, you're not going to look at them and take your hand out. You're going to look down at it. And so you did acknowledge the box, but then when you said, don't you open that box one more crack, I would have loved to have you looking at that box to reel me in at what you were looking at. Does that make sense?
No, it definitely does. Definitely does.
So that was a spot. And then this is a comical monologue. It's comical in a way, but when you're describing all these things and you spaced those different things out, like I asked you to, like I mentioned in the last time, I think about the different examples, and then you're like, oh, and the urge to hug people. When you told him you're making me nice or something about that, I would have loved to have seen you flip it and get angry. Like you're this cute, lovable person, but you want to be mean and everyone's afraid of you and they're mean. And it would have been a fun layer to add into that. If there she goes again. I'm just being too mean.
Comedy right there.
I'm so sorry.
You are mesmerizing her. That's what it is, Susan.
Oh, you can tell I'm hanging on every word she's saying.
I think this is part of the act. Like disappear.
Is this what it is? Okay,
mean.
definitely so. Right.
So mean.
Listen, this is part of her comic timing.
There you go.
Well, I'll just finish what I was going to say then. Maybe she's watching it,
Yeah.
But yeah, all I was wanting was that to get a little bit of a mean streak of her, because I was getting this whole cutesy, I'm nice, and you made me nice. I would have loved her to go, you made me nice, and I think we talked about in a previous critique, when you're in a bad mood and you don't want anybody to get you in a good mood, so you just act that much more mad. And I would have loved to have seen a little bit of a turn of her personality, like a little,
Right.
an angry moment. That she's angry that he's making her nice. I already said it. I'm done.
There you go. No, I agree with you. I think because I put up here that she's cute. And in those weird, awkward moments that this guy has put her in that she does not want to be in, there does need to be that 10, like he needs to sting him with what he has done to her, because she doesn't see the proposal as this thing that she wants. She feels like he's put her on blast, like, how dare you do this to me? Yep. Just because every other girl wants this and they dream about it forever doesn't mean that I want this. And so, yes, those dynamics and the change in her emotion. Well, you're here, so I'm talking about her like she's not here.
Now she's gone again.
So the change in her emotion.
You're fine, Jessica. Don't even get upset. You're done. This is the easy part.
We'll talk about her. We'll talk about her. Like she's not here. But the change in her emotion, I think, would really add to it as well. But she did a great job with her body language, because a lot of actors tend to be stiff. And she had it, and even when she was going to get on her knees, she was kind of like, my knees might not do this, but I'm going to try to do it anyway, which made it funny. And I didn't expect for her to say what she said, I think, but I saw her monologue, so I completely forgot what she was going to say, and it still made me laugh at the end.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, great. Listen, this, I laughed. As soon as I saw her, I was like, oh, this cute little baby. She got a nice stage presence. She's so cute. And then she came with this little stuff. And like you said, that contrast would have been so wonderful.
Yes.
But I'll just tell you this. Hey, baby. Thank you, Miss Jessica, for coming in and bringing in. There you go.
Unreliable. It's just unreliable. I'm so sorry about that. So if I cut off again, I'm so sorry. But I heard most of the feedback. So I understand the contrast that you were talking about and the build of it.
Yeah, contrast. This is just a technical thing. Contrast in a monologue or anything is always interesting to us because we as people love contrast. But what I would like to say to you is that this is a monologue that is done by my students like all the time. So I kind of almost know this monologue word for word. And this is probably one of the better performances that I've seen of this monologue because it's the first time I've ever laughed at it. And so that is kudos to you. You have such great comic timing and you embody this comic thing. Hey, I'm sitting here, how can we cast her? Now, would you be the girlfriend, or would you be, you would be the crazy friend who didn't know she was crazy? And so that is, am I right, Susan? Right? Definitely keep that element about what it is that you're doing. I would say change this monologue because a lot of people do it. Show us your gift in another way, or keep this and continue to kill it. Take it to another level. Because I tell you, you can do overdone monologues if you do it so well that the other people who have done it don't matter. Right.
And next time, don't let him have your passwords to your Wi-Fi because he's jacking you up right now.
Yes, he is. He's definitely jacking you up, right? This the genius of what you did was that moment when you went down, and I was like, what is she gonna do? You had us with you as a storyteller, which is what actors really are. We tell these stories and we gotta take you, like Susan said, on this journey with us. You had us when you did the whole knee and went down, and I was like, what's she gonna do? What is it? What is it? So kudos to you on that. I said,
Thank you.
take everything these beautiful women have said, take it to the next level, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, judges. Thank you. Great feedback, of course. Thank you for bearing with us as we had a little technical difficulties with her internet, but thank you so much. And I will go ahead and let you guys know if Jessica Roberts is your favorite contestant, then go to wowproduction.org and vote for her, okay? Put your vote in for Jessica Roberts if she's your favorite contestant. And of course, I'm doing that because she's not able to jump back on right now, okay? Oh, here she is. Okay, wait a minute. Hi, Jessica.
Oh, hi.
Girl, before your internet go out, tell the people what they need to do for you.
Please go on wowproductions.org and please vote for me. I really appreciate it. If you really enjoy my monologue or think that I have some kind of talent, I would love for you to vote for me so I can continue to do this and continue to be inspired. Thank you.
Absolutely. And it says great job, Jessica. Carlos says great job. Awesome job. Again, go to wowproduction.org to vote for your favorite contestant and share this monologue slam. You know, if you're watching it and you're loving it, sharing is caring. You still have time to share. So now we have a little small break where we're going to show you what we are doing here, why we are here, what we are raising money for, what Wow Productions is all about. And my boo Sierra is going to talk to you a little bit. Sierra, tell the people what they need to do, girl.
WOW has done an amazing job at bringing good quality Black theater here to Columbia, to South Carolina, period. And so that should just show us how much they care. They don't just care that, hey, we're just going to put on a play, people are going to come. They put on a play and they make sure that they give us exactly what we need so that we can keep coming back for more. If that doesn't describe how thoughtful of people they are, I really don't know what else. They're not just trying to make money. They're trying to give you what you need, a good show. Trying to give you great acting classes and seminars and things to help you better yourself and better your acting craft and your career. And that's just amazing to me. I don't know what I'd be doing if it wasn't for WOW. And I'm very grateful to them for taking a chance on somebody like me.
Yes, as Sierra eloquently said, take a chance on WOW. Okay. WOW Productions, of course, again, is out of Columbia, South Carolina. We are a production house. We are doing film, television, stage plays. And we are really just want to bring beautiful, talented art to the Midlands. Okay. And to the world, of course, one production at a time. So please go to wowproduction.org to make a donation, or you can just hit that cash out at $WowX to donate any amount. Okay. So now I told you we're going to be talking to these judges. Now you've already seen them in action. So we want to get a little closer up to Miss Kima Mingo. She is a casting director. I know y'all just watched 24. Casting director for 24. She has 4 Shots Fired. She's also a producer, director, and writer of her own productions. And she just recently shot a film called First. She's going to tell you a little bit about that too. But she does it all. She's also shooting a music video. I think it's tomorrow or something. She is amazing. Let's bring her up, Miss Kima Mingo.
Hi, girl.
Hi.
You're making me sound good, honey. You're making me
because you are good. Now, look, Kima, you do so many things. You wear so many hats and you do them wonderfully. Now, tell me, what is it like being a casting director of such an influential movie like 24?
Okay, so I did extras casting and it was amazing. It was just because the project is so important. You know, it's about the Buffalo Soldiers and the Houston, the situation they had back in 1917 in Houston. And it's so relevant nowadays because the world just can't ignore what has been happening to us.
Right.
They just can't, even though they've turned a blind eye, they rolled over and hit the snooze button. You know, we've been on high alert forever, but now people are now really understanding. And this film is inspired by those events. And I hope people go and watch it with an open heart, and really just understand what it is, what it's like for us and what we've gone through, even in the professional sector, like, you know, the military. But yeah, it was a very transformative experience being able to work with Kevin Wilmot. I mean, Oscar winner, hello. Mm-hmm. And talking to Trey Byers, and I was able to talk to his sister and talking to other celebrities on set. They treated us like we were equal professionals. They appreciated us. They were very grateful. It wasn't like, oh, we over here in the Carolinas, let me treat these country bumpkins a particular way. No, the first time I met Kevin, he talked to me like he knew me. And I was like, okay, wow, I've never met this man before. And he was like, hey, how you doing? And I'm so glad you're here. Like, they appreciated what we did. And that's how I run my sets. I don't look at the big eyes and the little U's, because there's no such thing as that. Everyone is here because you've got the talent to be here, and I treat them as such. And that's what they did for that project.
Absolutely. And speaking of your sets, you just recently filmed a film called First. So tell me about that casting experience and how you go from filming, you cast someone else's project to your own. Like, do you have a different type of eye, or what do you do with that?
That's a good question. Yes. So I put the same passion in casting someone else's project as I do mine, but it is different because I've been with mine. I wrote it. It's like you conceived the baby and you birthed it, and now you're going to raise it, as opposed to adopting a baby or being a foster parent and raising, you know, someone that's already had their themselves set up. So doing my project that I just did, first of all, it's been 2 years since I had shot one of my own films, because I've been working for other people and working with other people. So it was great to get back in the saddle and work on a script that I've written. It's called First, and First is about those awkward moments a couple endures right before they have their first sexual encounter. And I did that project because, first of all, I wanted a trauma-free love story, because Black stories are always steeped in trauma. Oh, my goodness, like, we can't ever just have passion for passion's sake. And then we don't do those types of things, you know. And then to have it be a Black couple, but it wasn't about them being Black.
Right.
It's about a relatable situation, which, you know, these actors are doing in their monologues. When people can relate to the situation, it transcends race and class and all those other things. And they just sit and just want to now participate. And they start remembering, oh, I remember when Ted did that. David was such and such, you know. And so that's what I wanted to do. I wrote a story that I believed was relatable. And I do run a writer's group, and the writer's group read it 3 different times over the past 2 years, because I wrote it 2 years ago, which is interesting. It only had 2 actors, 1 location. And I did that because I tend to write scripts that have a whole bunch of actors and a bunch of locations. So I wrote this 2 years ago, not knowing that I would shoot it when I could only work with 2 actors in a safe environment and in 1 location. So my challenge to myself 2 years ago actually panned out for me to be able to do it now. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. And, you know, I love, you know, you and I got to get back together. I love auditioning you and working with you as well. You're the hostess extraordinaire, but you're also the bomb actress as well. And that's why I love having you come audition, because actors like you help me as a director and a casting director get better as well.
Well, thank you. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So you are here again with us. Here again. So what are you looking for in your perfect monologue? If you could create that, you know, element, what could you do? What would you say?
No pun on words, but the first thing that came to my mind is I want them to wow me. Okay, Wow Productions. Yes, I want them to wow me. I want you as an actor to take me there, put me right into that situation, whether it's scary, humorous, if we're stressed, if we're under a threat. I want to be there with you, and I want to take that journey with you, even though it's 90 seconds. I think if they perform it and deliver, not perform, if they deliver it properly, they can literally snatch us up within that 90 seconds, and we will take this short journey with them. And at the end, just be like, okay. You know, I want and scene to break me out of what they just put me in.
Awesome. Okay, awesome. Well, Kima, you know, it is always a pleasure talking with you. So, of course, we're going to be talking more throughout the evening, but I think we're going to go ahead and bring on these next contestants.
All right.
You ready? Yeah. Thank you so much, Kima Mingo. Again, Kima Mingo is wow, didn't know that about her. Yes, DJ Beach. Yes, Kima is amazing. Okay. Again, casting director, writer, director. All these women judging tonight are amazing. And you're going to see that as we go through the night. So next up, we have our next contestants coming up. And his name is Keon Wilson. We're going to bring Keon on up here.
Hey.
Keon, how you doing?
Good, cuz. How you doing, cuz?
Cousin, I'm doing pretty good. So tell me, cousin, how did it feel when you found out you made it to the finale of the Monologue?
It felt great. It felt really good. It was confirmation. It was needed confirmation.
Awesome. Okay. And then what has this week of preparation been like for you?
It has been quite a challenge because I have been trying to kind of go based off the notes that Kima told me last time of jumping off that cliff.
Sure.
I've been trying to jump. I got the scrapes and bruises to prove it. So hopefully I've succeeded in that.
Okay, awesome. Well, let's see you jump off that cliff then today, okay?
Let's see it.
All right, Keon, you ready to roll?
I'm ready.
Okay, Mr. Keon Wilson, you have the floor.
Thank you. You talking about what you did for me. What did you ever give me? Nothing. Nothing. You ain't never done nothing but hold me back. Afraid that I was going to be better than you. All you ever tried to do was make me scared of you, to tremble. I trembled every time you called my name. Every time I heard your footsteps in the house, wondering all the time, what's Papa going to do if I say this? What's Papa going to do if I say that? What's Papa going to do? What's Papa going to do if I turn on the radio? And Mama, she tries, but she's scared of you too, and I can't see how she can stand you after what you did to her. You're crazy. You know that? It's just crazy old man talking about I got the devil in me. In me. Well, you know what? If you want to put me out, put me out. I'm not scared of you anymore. Scene.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for delivering that and allowing us to watch that. You're super committed. You took that note. You submitted to what you're giving. And some people don't know how to cry. Some people look insincere when they're crying, and the tears rolled because that's where you were emotionally. Mm-hmm. So I love the fact that you were truly committed in the moment. Yeah, that's what I put. Great emotion. You were committed. Now, unfortunately, there was like a little, now I don't know for everyone else, but for me, there was like a little lag that, you know, you would say something and then you would hear it. And unfortunately, that affected how things landed, but I still was able to get the gist of how you were, you know, embodying the character, because it seemed like a very tense and very sensitive conversation that obviously someone that you love does not agree with what you're doing, and they don't understand how it's breaking you and how it's hurting you. And I love the fact, even as a man, that you were willing to cry and to show a different emotion besides anger, because a lot of men want to show anger when they're actually hurt. And I love the fact that you showed hurt. I will suggest, if you continue to deliver this, change your phrasing. And what I mean by that is you tended to say one line at a time.
Yeah.
And you talk fast like I talk. And so you would go da 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 da.
Yep.
Da 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 da. Now you did toward the end, and there was a little more fluidity. If you are railroading your words because you're trying to get your point across, then allow that. So don't let every line breathe, because then it will feel like we're chugging up this mountain and it's taken us a while to get there. So if there are some moments where it needs to breathe, let it breathe. And then if there's some moments where you need to boom, 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 like a machine gun, then you do that too.
Thank you.
Okay, you want to go? So I can go.
Okay.
Okay, Keon, can you do me a favor, baby?
Yes.
First of all, thank you for bringing your gift to us.
Yes.
Can you just stand for me for a moment and shake? Just shake your body. Can you stand a little bit? Can you just stand a little bit and shake? Because what I'm feeling is you're still holding on to the moments. You still holding on to the moments in the monologue, right? And that happens when you get connected, when you get fully invested in something. But here's the challenge I would like to give to you.
Yes.
You know how to connect. Now you got to know how to give it away. Okay?
Sorry, that laid me out. That was a good one.
So if you connect, that means this moment is about what you're feeling and what you're going through. But as an audience, we want to be a part of that. So if you stay with it, then you go home. And this is just a thing that actors do, because, we like to go, you go home with all that heaviness that you would create on the stage by tapping into your own life. And then you go home and you eat Oreos and ice cream when you shouldn't. Or, you drink a whole lot. But I'm just saying, don't do that to yourself. The stage is the safest place in the world. The film is the safest place in the world, because you can let go murderous thoughts that you could not do in real life. That's why I like it. So now you got the connection, give it away, and then that will correct your phrasing. All those things will happen because you will be in the moment trying to drive this nail in his head. Okay? So kudos for being vulnerable. It's the hardest thing to get actors to do. To be vulnerable in front of other people. Just some little technical things I want to add to this. This is a period piece. So you got to think about, what time period was this written? How is it different for the millennial? And you may not have had experienced things in this time. Think about how important or how significant is it for this boy to be saying this to his daddy in that time period. Okay, and that'll change your urgency. All right, and ground yourself in your objective. What are you fighting for? What do you want? And when you ground yourself in your objective, what you're fighting for, then all the other things just fall into place. Okay?
Yes.
The action will get the emotion. Okay? But thank you. I appreciate you sharing your gift with us, Keon.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much for your openness, and you took your time to get into this, because this isn't something easy to get into, and I could feel you taking your moment. We had the audio and the video wasn't quite synced, so like Kima said, it was a little hard because the words would come out, but by then your body was already in the next moment. So from what I could tell, when you were speaking, like Kima said, it was really, really fast. And Ursula, I don't know this piece, and now knowing that it's a period piece, I would have slowed the pacing down, because if I don't know the time period it was from, but people weren't in such a hurry to spit out what they had to say.
August
Wilson. Yeah.
So I would have slowed certain phrases down, because they didn't have as many places to go as quickly as we do now. So the cadence of the speech at that time period would have been different. And then those silent moments, some of them felt a little long to me. And then I felt that you were just sitting in that moment instead of going somewhere with it, maybe physically with your eyes or your chin or just a little something. It was like say something and then was still, which did allow us to soak something in. But because you're on camera, I wanted to see
be
these
connected.
thoughts transpire across the face, almost like to anticipate, either to soak in what you just said or to gather your thoughts for your next phrase. I hope that makes sense.
It does. It does.
just to add to that, because what I was hearing was very emotional, and then the tears were. Is he crying? Oh my goodness!
Yes,
It was very subtle, but I could see it, and that takes for a male especially. And it didn't look forced. It looked natural. So thank you for bringing that rawness to what you presented to us. So kudos to you.
Thank you.
Let it go, Key. You still got it, boo.
Awesome.
Let it go. Come on, shake it off.
Let it go.
There you go. I'm saying. Go do the dance.
I might need a nice little drink.
Get it off when you do
Woo, great feedback as usual. Thank you so much, judges. Thank you. Yes, awesome job, Keon. Beautiful job. Beautiful. Now, tell the people what they need to do, cousin.
Yes, because y'all, rest of y'all, the peoples are my cousins too. Please vote for your boy. Vote for cousin Keon. Yeah, thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, cousin Keon. So cousin Keon, y'all. Cousin Keon Wilson said vote for him. Okay. So next up, we have the beautiful Natalia Cruz coming up. Hi, Natalia.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am so blessed, thank the Lord.
Wonderful, wonderful. Praise him, girl. So now, tell me, how did you feel when you found out you made the finale?
I was like, really? Like, with my faux pas and everything else, I was like, really? I was so excited.
Right. Well, listen, the people spoke, okay? The people spoke and they loved you. So what has your week of preparation been like?
Okay, so my last monologue, which was self-written, I wanted to do a little sci-fi thing, and I don't think that everyone was down with it. So this week I wrote another monologue to be more in tune with the things we're going through right now.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited to hear it. You ready?
I am so ready.
Okay, awesome. Well, listen, I won't hold you any longer. Natalia Cruz, you have the floor.
Thank you. He did it. He brought his diabolical plan into fruition. And now millions are dead. Can you imagine what a mother must feel to bury her children, knowing she couldn't do anything to save them? Begging for our lives is not an option, because the moment we do, we give up who we are. And in these moments of uncertainty and death, who we are is all that we have left that's real. I know you're scared, but remember your faith. That faith that assures us that God will not forsake us, and the knowledge that with Him we will be triumphant. The time to begin our fight has come. The time to take out that demon is here. So I just have one question. Who's with me?
All right. Natalia's trying to get us all killed, honey, up in here.
I'll go first.
Okay. Go ahead.
Hey, Natalia.
Hey, Susan.
Okay, so I'm gonna be brutal honest with you, girl. Original is risky. It's very risky. I applaud you for writing such a dynamic, something in your face, loud. But and I feel like I'm Simon Cowell from American Idol. Original is risky because if we're not familiar with it, I don't know where you were, where your character was, so I don't know where you're going because it's original. Does that make sense? I'm like, part of me was like, okay, and you kind of were in our face like right away. And I thought, oh, I didn't even have a moment to breathe. I mean, I was in the middle of a distraught mother, and the minute you said you wrote this for today's time, and then the word diabolical came out. I'm sorry, but I was thinking of like a cartoon. I was like, nobody uses the word diabolical these days.
Have you heard about Trump?
I won't bring the politics into this. But anyway, so as far as the original, that was risky. I mean, it was very emotional. I could feel you're emotional, and I'm watching you grow because this isn't my first time seeing you. You've been participating in some of the open calls that I had done. But just like Kima got on Andre earlier, you've got to be real careful and know your placement in camera. You were doing a lot of swaying. And so like we were all up in your face, not necessarily looking at the most flattering angles. So you want to be careful and allow that camera to work in your favor when you're doing that. If a camera crew wants to get all up in your unflattering angles, then that's on them. So just be careful in a situation. It didn't take away from the monologue, but that, and then because you did get so loud, I could tell you were clipping a little bit audio, and it, that clipping where it's like spikes the audio because you were yelling. And that's just a technical thing to just be aware of as you move forward and you do more auditions and things like that. This is unfair because I know you, and so I know kind of your journey a little bit. But the original, knowing your objective, and that was brought up earlier by one of the ladies on another character, is what was your objective? And take me on the ride with you. Sorry, Ursula, I am so stealing your phrases. I'm stealing them. So this is really Ursula's comments, not mine. It was, I could feel it, but I didn't quite feel like I was on the same train. I wanted to be because of your emotion and the words, but some of the words, I don't know what it's called when you're typing up a letter and you can justify the words to the left side or to the right side, or you can have them evenly spaced and it's always evenly spaced. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like the justify. I kind of felt like all of your phrases were evenly spaced. And it equated to me a little bit of monotone, but it wasn't monotone because you did have your emotional ranges, but I felt like your words were all the same length. Even a short word lasted as long as the cadence. I don't know how to, Ursula, I know you can way better than I can, but it was just a weird, almost like the timing of your words. This is over exaggerating, but it was like the same exact space was between each word, where I would have liked there to maybe some places it could go faster, and then your slower times would be a little bit more effective. Does that make sense?
Yes.
It was more of the pacing, that type of thing. So, okay, I'm done being mean. I'm sorry. I'm hoping it was constructive.
Yeah. Good. You want to go next, King? Or you want me to go?
Ursula, go right ahead, honey.
Yes. Listen, thank you, Natalia, for bringing your gift before us. Not only your gift of acting, but your gift of writing. You write some very interesting monologues. I definitely know that you're one of those people who like the high moments and the moments where you get the thrill and you get to show us what you're doing and all this. I'm that kind of person too. Just don't tell everybody. I like those moments. We as actors love those kind of moments because we feel like we can just dive into it and taste it and feel it and stuff. And it's a beautiful. But what you got to do is you got to take, it's almost like if you have a favorite cake, I use a lot of food analogies. If you have a favorite cake and that cake is good to you and your favorite cake is caviar and chocolate, it is good to you. It is cake. But I'm going, caviar and chocolate. What? Okay, wait a minute. Let me taste a little. Wait, it's sweet, but is it sweet or is it supposed to be savory, but you love it. But it tastes different to me. Do you understand what I mean by that?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
you love these moments, these grand moments and stuff as you go through here, and they are beautiful and stuff, and it's so tasteful to you. But in this 90 seconds, are you giving us chocolate and caviar cake? Or are you giving us chocolate cake, which we can eat and savor and go, You get that? But you can make this chocolate cake. It's not that it's not impossible to be chocolate cake, but you, as the cook, have to put the ingredients in there to make it chocolate cake for us. Do you get that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you have a wonderful talent, great presence. Now, what I want you to do is take this same monologue. You can take some of the words out and make it so that we get it. We know where you are, we know what you're doing, and we know why you're telling us this. Because you want us to come and fight, honey. I ain't gonna just go to a fight with anybody. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
But I appreciate you sharing it with us because I loved it. Thank you.
You know, it's just Latino people. We are fiery.
They say that about African Americans too, honey. So we bring hot sauce in our pocketbooks. So
Okay, Beyonce. Yeah, hot sauce in our bag. Exactly. You know what? And to add to what they're saying, you have a lot of power and you have a lot of passion.
Yes.
And it's right there in your eyes, which is really good because a lot of actors do not have that passion in their eyes. They're yelling at us and it's dead right here. And so what I challenge you to do, just like they did, I challenge you to take this monologue, edit it down some, and rewrite it. Because I put up here, I was like, I don't know where we are. And because I don't know where we are, I'm not sure where we're going. So give us something that indicates what's going on. Is this a protest because something has happened to someone? Is this you're trying to get mothers riled up because they took your kids back to school and you don't think it's safe, especially, you know, because you're talking about is present day, you know, because everybody's buying toilet paper and you people need to stop buying all this toilet paper. You know, what is it that's going on? And just let us know where we are without saying we're at church right now, but more so, mothers, we're not dealing with this anymore. Okay, I'm with you because I'm a mama. But we're not dealing with where we going, girl. So let us know where we are, what's going on. And then I challenge you to take your passion and use your dynamics because some things don't have to be yelled. I can imagine now, are you a mom? Do you have children?
I do. I'm actually a grandmother.
Well, me too. I just became a Gigi. Just became one. She's all of 4 months old. So yes. Oh yeah, 4. Oh, you the queen bee. You the queen bee. So just like you did with your children, and you are in a place where they have embarrassed you, but you don't want to embarrass them. That power of if you don't sit your tail down, just being able to have a threat or to express yourself in a manner where it's not loud and boisterous is sometimes just as powerful as when you're yelling at them, get out the bathroom, I gotta go to work. You know, so it depends on, you know, you pick and choose those moments of when you are getting us riled up because we're about to go and fight now at the end. Now, even at the end, you could bring it down and be like, so are we ready to fight? Like having this quiet storm power. Yeah. So you've got all of this power within you. I challenge you like Storm, figure out when you're going to toss that power to us, when you're going hurricane, or when it's going to be a quiet storm.
Yes.
Still not ready because it's just as destructive as if it was like a full-blown Category 5.
Oh, wow. That's great. That's a great analogy. Storm. Ooh.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
Yes, judges. Thank you. Awesome feedback. Great job, Natalia. Great job. Awesome.
Thank you.
So you already know, let people know what they need to do after this live.
Come vote for me after the show, guys. And don't forget the major vote this November. Please, we all need to vote this November.
Absolutely.
Venga a votar por mí. www.wildproductions.com. Thank you, guys. Love the feedback.
Thank you, Miss Hallie, so much. Thank you. Guys, listen, I told you this is an amazing night. But you know what? Speaking of hot sauce in my bag swag, let me show y'all something real quick. Let me show y'all this little thing. Listen, I saw this the other day and I had to get several of them so I can have hot sauce in my bag because I've always want some hot sauce out in places and they might have that other stuff. And I want my Texas Pete. So let me show. Listen, they cute. Hot sauce in my bag. So if you're ever out and you see me in a restaurant and you don't have any hot sauce, just tap me on the shoulder. Well, don't tap me because we in the quarantine. I don't know where your hands been, but just say, hey, Dana, can I get some of that hot sauce? And I got you. Listen, Kima, look, you need your hot sauce, okay? 0 calories too. Get into it. So now, let me tell y'all something. Wow Productions again. Yep, wowproduction.org to go vote. But speaking of Wow Productions, I know y'all already know about this show, so we're going to show y'all a little piece of what we've been up to, and then I may tell you a little something of what we're going to be doing soon. But check this out real quick, okay?
No, pause. Henry, you actually have a point.
There you go.
What I'm trying to say is, unless you know a person.
That's right.
I mean, like, know a person.
There you go.
I mean, like, know a person, and you're thinking about getting married, I suggest you think twice, and then think twice again, because what you thought you knew ain't even what you thought. What? What do you mean, what?
You seem a little confused. Wait, Pop, listen. Is that what happened when you get married?
No, sir.
That boy mind is gone.
No, my mind is here, Junior. But y'all know I'm not a violent person. By any means, I'm not a violent person.
Right.
Listen, Pops, you always taught us not to put our hands on people, right?
Yeah,
not our hands on women, right?
What's wrong?
I'm not violent, but sometimes.
Is he breaking down?
Sometimes I just want to shake them.
Hey,
I just want to shake them.
Get that boy some. Hey.
Available now to stream, download, and purchase. Visit wowproduction.org.
As you heard, available now to stream or download, or you can actually get a physical DVD. So hit us up at wowproduction.org to stream, download, or buy your DVD if you still got a DVD player and you want to put it right in the DVD player, okay? So we've been giving the fellas all this love and confessions, but of course, you know, the ladies represent too. So yes, I am one of the actresses in Confessions of a Good Man, and we are taking Confessions of a Good Man, the stage play, to different locations, and we're taking it to the film. So now look out for auditions for our next projects, Confessions of a Good Man, and some other projects too. But casting will start soon. Now, I bet you want to know when you're going to know the winners of this monologue slam, don't you? Because I didn't tell you, right? You're not going to know them tonight, okay? So please continue to watch it, though, but you're not going to know them tonight. Definitely tune in tomorrow night. Why am I using this as a microphone? It is. Tune in tomorrow night at 7:30 sharp for the winners, okay? Tomorrow night at 7:30 sharp, you are going to know who won, okay? So again, after this live, because you still got to continue to watch it, share, let everybody jump on in now, okay? After the live, go and vote for your favorite contestant at wowproduction.org, or you can donate to it too. And then tune in tomorrow night at 7:30 for the winner. Okay, so we are going to bring up our third and most beautiful judge, Miss Ursula O. Robinson. She is a professor at South Carolina State University. She has several different degrees. I can't even remember what they are, but they're amazing. Okay, she is an actress extraordinaire. She is a writer and director as well. So let's bring her up, Miss Ursula O. Robinson.
Thank you so much, Queen Dana.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Bless you. So, Miss Ursula, listen, you have been just such a light throughout this entire experience, but you've been a light since I met you. I met you. So tell me about your experience in transitioning from a acting professor to a professional working actor. You taking your chops and saying, I'm taking my talents to South Beach and I'm about to do this thing.
Hey, baby, listen. How can I push you to live your dream and not live my own.
Oh.
So as an educator, artist, part of what I do is develop myself first as an educator, but also as an artist. Because as an artist, my fulfillment comes when I am working my art, when I'm doing what I do. And what I do is so many different things. But part of that is being an actress. And I love being on set. I love the process. I love everything about it. And how much more can I give to my students when I'm out there in the midst of everything along with them? So going to auditions, doing self-taping, and having all these wonderful things happen to me, and also becoming a student again. Right now I'm taking a class with Crystal Carson, auditioning from the heart, and it's really great. I've taken a class with Deja D, with Christine Horn, and I've had direction from Tammy Mack. So listen, I first am a student in this so that I can learn, and what I gather, I bring back to the house and I lay it down for my students who are up under me. It took me a minute to understand the best coaches have coaches. And we sometimes don't realize that we need to be fed so that we can feed.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And why is it important for you to feed other students? Why is that passion there for you?
Because I want young people to have some of what I had, but more of what I did have. My mother was a classically trained opera singer, so she did not go like, you want to act, you want to be in theater. She was like, oh no, baby, make it right, do what you have to do. And so I had that luxury of having that support. And a lot of young people who are artists don't have that support, because sometimes I feel like you need to go and get you a job with your hands. You need to go and learn how to do this, be an engineer and make some money. But if you are born as an artist, you never see the world in a straight line. It's always zigzags and circles. And so when you take an artist and you force them into something that does not fit God's purpose for them, then you cause them so much harm. So what I want to do is encourage young people, live your dream. Before you get kids, bills, and concerns, go for it. Don't wait until you're 40, 50, or 60 and try to go back and pick it up when you can do it now. Your parents may have had to give up some things so they could put food on the table, but they did it so that you would not have to do the same thing.
Let me tell y'all, she is amazing. Miss Ursula, you are so amazing. Every time I even come in contact with you, anytime you pour into my gift, I appreciate you and I love you. I love you. I cannot wait to work with you. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too, Miss Dana.
Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and move to these next contestants, because I know you got some more wonderful transitional phrases and just every warm stuff going. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Listen, I told y'all, these judges are amazing, okay? Hit them up. She's so right. Support is a luxury. You never know. Wait, I never had it. Okay, listen. Definitely support, okay? You having that family support that says, hey, go for it. I know I have that. My family's like, whatever, you want to go kick rocks, go ahead and do it, you know? So definitely support your family, support your friends. Look, like Tupac said, keep your head up, okay? Keep your head up and keep striving. And Wow Productions is here to help you do that. Good Lord, Ursula, you better talk. Yes, Shanika. Yes. Ursula is amazing. Yes, and everything. Follow your dreams, guys, because no one else is going to do it for you. Okay? So next up, we're going to go ahead and move on to our next contestants, okay? Like I said, it's getting better and better. The night is just starting, okay? So our next contestant is going to be Miss Perry Jackson. I think it's Perry Suzanne Jackson. Yes, it is. Perry Suzanne Jackson. Hi, Perry. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. First of all, your hair is fabulous today, honey.
Oh, thank you. I just put a couple of curls in it, child.
Yes, that body is
did
giving me
a
body. Awesome, beautiful, beautiful. So, Perry, tell me what it felt like when you found out you made it to the finale.
I was surprised. I really was. I did not think that I did that great of a job. That's just me being super hypercritical, self-critical. But I was really surprised and very grateful, humbled, and just excited.
Okay, great. And what has this week of preparation been like for you?
I've been studying because I'm doing the same monologue, and my character in that monologue is crazy. And I've been studying up on a lot of psychoses and looking at different personality disorders and trying to really figure out where she's coming from.
Okay.
And what's going on with her.
Absolutely. Okay. So we're gonna see what you worked out with that. We're gonna see. You ready?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, Miss Perry Suzanne Jackson, you have the floor.
Do you like the Sci-Fi Channel? I love the Sci-Fi Channel. I mean, I prefer it, actually. In fact, my preferred nickname is the white-tailed spider. Because I am a white female who knows how to kill her prey, just like the white-tailed spider. I lured you out of your home. Now you've been stung. And you realize that you are in a messed up situation. So now we're back in your house. You are completely immobilized, and I'm preparing to devour you. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna crawl under your skin and I'm gonna remove it. Bit by bit, until there's nothing left. Well, there's going to be some left because, I can't take it all off it. And it's going to be on the side like a pile of laundry. Dirty laundry. It is really going to freak you out when you see how much skin is left. I mean, that was quite a good analogy. So after the skin peeling phase is over, which shouldn't take more than an hour, because I've been getting lots of practice. Oh, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. Once the skin peeling phase is over, then we are going to, This is your first and your final rodeo. Sound good? Okay. Let's see. I know, right? I know.
Look at Miss Kiva. Look.
Look, we got to rock ourselves.
Are you scared? Well, first of all, I don't believe you're a white woman.
Jail. Said in there jail.
She is a white woman, Susan.
Well, okay, whatever.
Sorry.
No. I was just like, if I said I'm a black woman, I don't think you would believe me.
Right, no. But I would hope that I could believe that you believe it. So
but, yeah, actually, what was so fun? I'm sorry. I guess that means I'm going first. So what's funny was, okay, I'm assuming you're in some type of insane asylum, and I almost didn't need words with that monologue. It was just so powerful with all of your, I remember watching you, because I didn't judge your round. I think it was you and Ursula's round, and you're very theater. You're primarily theater, right? I mean,
yeah.
You know, and they say it on camera, you could turn the volume down and just watch the actor and tell the story. I could have turned the volume down and I'm like getting all the, what is she doing? I mean, I got the creeps a little bit, and just your mannerisms were just beautifully grotesque to watch, if that is even a phrase. It was just, you sucked me in to your world. And it was, I don't know if you forgot some lines. I'm not sure, but you just stayed there. I felt at the beginning you might have stumbled just a little bit on a word or two, maybe just nerves or something. It's what it felt like to me. Something just didn't come out the right way, but it fit the character. And it was just, it might have gone over 90 seconds. I don't know. That felt drawn out.
Sorry.
I don't know. I'm not the timekeeper, but it was
probably did.
I'm like, it was just, oh my gosh, I think Ursula's reaction at the end was just the best. I mean, it was very powerful. It was very powerful. I could tell you definitely changed it from when you did it the last time, and you've done your research, and I just couldn't help this being a very mentally disturbed person. And that's what I got from it, whether that's how you meant it, you know, and she was just very all into herself. I would be careful doing this on camera, reaching forward, because it messes with the depth of field, you know, and rocking. we're all into this.
Right.
We just tone that down. I mean, that's such a powerful monologue. I don't think I could watch that enough. I mean, that I could watch it again. I could watch it again. I want to know what's happening before and after.
Right.
I want the rest of it.
Oh, I can go next. Yeah, I can go next. You were giving me Crazy Eyes with a mixture of Suzanne. If you've seen Orange is the New Black, have you seen that too? That show on Netflix?
I've never watched that.
I think never watched it. They did an amazing job with casting, because they chose a lot of people who just weren't the big named people, but they deserved an opportunity. Now that the series is over, now everybody knows everybody. So if you go and see the characters of Suzanne and Crazy Eyes, you give me a mixture.
Yes.
So go back and watch it, because it's beautifully written. So I think that would be a great show just to indulge in and whatnot. Who wrote this? Is this an original, or did someone write this?
It is no. It's written by Joseph Arnon, and I researched to try and see if there was an actual play attached to it, and I can't find one. So, if you go online and you Google him, he has a series of just monologues. He's done a couple of short actor or act 1, act 2, act 1 plays, really, or one act. But yeah, this isn't. It's just a monologue.
So this is what I recommend. I recommend that you tweak it and tailor it some, Because there are some moments, just like with Susan, what she was saying, I thought you had forgotten your words. Just because of, I don't know if it was the actual words or the way you said them. There were moments where I was like, oh, okay, she didn't mean to do that. And oh, she forgot what she was saying. So I think you should go through and pull out some of those anticlimactic moments and keep everything that is completely in relation to whatever is going on. Now, I'm not sure what your intention is, like what is it that you want or what your objective is. And I thought you had someone sitting there. Now, if you're in an insane asylum, that can be effective. Or if you're in front of your victim, that's effective as well. I imagine you being in front of your victim and having this conversation. But there were moments where I was taken out of what you were doing and saying because of the way it was written. So I would say go back and watch this, and I think you'll be able to see those moments, take them out completely. It doesn't mean that everything has to be heightened up here.
Sure.
Because you let it breathe.
Yeah.
And you had this cadence about you, and even like the crying and the laughing, it fell where it needed to fall. Like the crying, because obviously you said something or something happened that took you back, but then you gathered yourself because I have to be in control in this moment because I'm about to take his skin off. So he needs to know that I'm serious and not think that he got the best of me in that moment, So go back and watch this and you'll see just those moments where you can tweak them. Let me just make sure, but you had great body language. And I think that's it. Yeah, because I just wasn't sure those moments that didn't really have a lot of substance, that I feel like you can just get rid of them, keep all the stuff that leads you to your goal, whatever the goal is. Even if you have a flashback and you have a moment of talking about yourself, it's still in relationship to your goal. And let's say if you felt like he was laughing at you, that makes sense that you would get angry because I'm about to kill you. No, I'm about to skin you. And you're laughing at me? Because I remember when they did that in the 4th grade and that didn't fare well for them. So it's all in relation to where you're going. So that bravo.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, great work. Thank you, Perry, for bringing your gift to the table to us. You took the notes well, dear heart, and it's great to see you just blossom within the framework of this. And I had to laugh what Kim was saying, because you're going to take his skin off, so you got to make sure you do it. You just said it like, you're going to go get coffee and all the stuff like this. And see, the key to playing crazy is it's normal.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I saw what you were doing. Do you know why people have tics? Did you understand tics? You know what tics are? So, and I can see you had to understand the tics. Well, the tics come because it calms a person. And people who have, my sister teaches, I won't say, but my sister teaches, and I have had to learn how tics work and why people do tics and stuff and those things. And so seeing that and knowing what I know, I could see where you were developing things and making this character so 3-dimensional. Your faces, honey. Oh my gosh, honey. Those faces, I mean, really, but you were very grounded in moments. And those moments that Kimi was talking about where we felt like you may have lost a line is because there was something going on in your head that didn't connect this to this.
Yeah.
Okay.
The moment that you as the actor maybe didn't get the connection is where you lost us, because let me just tell you this, girl. Your inner life, your ability to see and to have a, if I can call it this, a spirit of interpretation. You know how to look at words and bring them to life. You got to trust that. You can't keep adding. You got to trust your gift. And the more you start adding stuff to make it go like, yeah, that's when you take us out. But when you just, I love that breathe. Because the moment that you breathe is when your interpretation comes out and we can see it. And those are the moments that we enjoy. Thank you so much. Thank you for taking the notes and we appreciate having you tonight.
Thank you so much, Miss Ursula. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That is awesome feedback. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Great job, Perry. Great job as usual. Now let the people know what they need to do for you at the end of this song.
Yeah, you can vote for me if you so choose. You go to www.wowproductions.org. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you vote for me.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. She did that. Yes. Spook me, Janice Brown says. That was the point, right? Good. You did a good job. Awesome. Thank you so much, Perry. Have a great one. Awesome job. Listen, I'll tell you guys, these actors are putting their all into it. Even all of it, if it's crazy. You listen, I know you felt that, like your skin kind of crawling when she said, oh, anyway, okay. Our next contestant coming up is Miss Tatiana Sky. Come on up, Tatiana. Hey girl, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I am wonderful, thank you. Now tell me, how was it preparing for this monologue, the finale from last week to this week?
It was very hectic. I went through so many different monologues to try to choose which one I wanted to do, so let's just hope I chose the best one.
Okay, great. Okay, and so were you excited when you found out that you made the finale?
Oh, definitely. I was just excited because I watched every night, so I saw how everybody else was and like how talented they were. So I'm really honored to just be a part of this group of people in the first place.
Okay, great. Awesome. Look, let me see. Let me slow down for a second because you're a little pixelated, so I want to make sure that you are best as possible. So step up to the camera a little bit. Sorry, guys, I'm doing a little technical. I want to make sure. Okay, that might be okay. You might want to turn it. Citra, I don't know if you have a suggestion. You just want to make sure it's okay.
Yeah, I would just say, Tatiana, sorry, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, Tatiana, when it's your turn to go, just pause for a second and then deliver your monologue, and hopefully it'll give the system enough time to kind of not buffer and be behind you.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it's looking better when you just kind of stand and give it a second. Okay. All right. You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. All right. Miss Tatiana Sky, you have the floor.
It's me, man. Open the door. Come on, man. Don't be a jerk. Come on, I just need a couple OCs. That's all. Okay, that's it. Fez, come on, look, man. I've had a really messed up day. Okay, I've had a really messed up day, so I just need you to open the door. Can you open the door for me, please? Fez, please don't close it. Fez! Fez, open the door. Fez, please, I'm begging you, just open the door. You know, you're full of it. You make your living selling drugs to teenagers, and now you want what? Have a moral high ground? You're a dropout drug dealer. You are a dropout drug dealer with 7 functioning brain cells. Open the door. I hate you. You know that? Yeah. What you doing this because you care about me or something? Huh? Because if you ever cared about me, you wouldn't have sold me the drugs in the first place. But you did. You did. So open the door, Fez. Open the door. Open the door. Open the door. Open the door. You did this to me. So the least you can do is open the door and fix it. Instinct.
You better open that door, honey. Hey, Tatiana. Listen, you look so nice. I can see you now. There was a little pixelation and stuff as you went on, so we're going to judge kind of what we saw, but what we know probably was happening and what was going on in the scene. All righty. So first of all, it takes a lot of courage to come on here and put yourself out here in front of people. So thank you so much for bringing your gift before us tonight, and we thank you so much for doing that. And I said the moment that you did this right here with your caller, I said, "Oh, come on, girl, what you about to do?" Right? I could feel you tap into what was happening and what was going on and everything. I definitely saw all of your tactics. And tactics are strategies that you use to get your objective. And I could tell that you were making making the decision, do this, or he's not gonna do this, then this, and it was great, and that's great. So those decisions and stuff. And what I would like for you to do, or what would be nice, if you could bring in here a personal element.
Okay.
Where in your life have you had to beg? How bad do you want it? And I'm going to tell you this little cheap trick. Only do it with people you trust, and only do it if you can trust yourself to do this exercise. You can get 2 friends who can hold you. All they need to do is hold you physically, and you try to break out.
Okay.
And then when you're trying to break out, you will understand and feel what it's like to fight. Do you get that?
Yeah.
So you can connect physically to the idea of fight. You're not going to go and do your scene and think about the arms. You're going to get to a place where you can feel the fight in you naturally. And I'm just giving you a different place to get it from, instead of going back sometimes into your past to do those kind of things, But if you have problems with people touching you, with those kind of things, don't do it. Always stay safe. And I have to say that because somebody's going to take it and may do it. Stay safe. Only deal with those things that you can deal with, because acting should not put you into the need for therapy. It is therapy for me. For some people, okay, but you have such good instincts. I see you can bring such great life to the stage and everything. And all we want you to do, girl, all you got to do is make an investment, bring you into the situation, okay? And once you do that, some of the things you're doing, like looking up into the sky or doing these things, and these are things we do as actors, one, to communicate what we are feeling, what we're showing, as opposed to just a being. And being is a difficult concept for actors sometimes, but if you just be the character fighting for something, we are compelled to watch you. Working from where you are in a level of honesty. I don't care if you talking about making a mayonnaise sandwich. If you doing it honestly, I'm going to watch you. Because inside of all of us is the idea that we can watch other people. We like watching other people. So you and your mayonnaise sandwich become personal to me when you do it honestly. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Scott.
You can go ahead, Susan.
Okay. Wow, Tatiana. Such a pleasure to see you. And just like Ursula said, I could mostly go off of what I could hear, because the pixelation, I couldn't really see your face very well. And I had my phone up and I kept thinking, well, maybe it's gonna look better on my phone, but the phone feed is behind the live feed. Oh, I was getting half of it. But what Ursula made me think of, and it was coming to my mind when she talked about tactics. There is a TV show. I was in an acting class and we were getting new scenes every week. And I got a scene from an older TV show by the name called American Crime. Felicity Huffman's in it. And there is a scene there through the whole season. There's a girl and a guy in there that are drug addicts. And this girl that is a drug addict, that actress, I've got to look her up again, because it was so convincing. And I felt like you were just right on the tip of this. I mean, I get the scene was about you're on drugs and this is your dealer and you need him to open the door. Okay. In this, when she talked about the tactics, I kept thinking, wow, I could hear it in your voice and I could hear it build. And you did exactly what we've asked a couple people to do, was save that climax moment to the end, and you did that. And I was very happy that you did that. So thank you. And then leading it up, you did it well, but I was wanting more. I was like, she's got more in her, almost to the point of when this one, it was almost cheating. Your objective was to get that door open. And as I remember when my kids were little and they want in the room that I'm in and they cry and then they talk nice and then they're angry and they're sticking their fingers under the door and they're on the lock. I mean, they're trying everything to open that door. And as a drug addict, you resort to insults and and I kind of wanted to just see a little bit more, get angry with those insults that you're just you're a drug dealer and who do you think you are?
Yeah.
And bring those levels of all those attempts in your tactics and bring them out, and you can embellish them a little bit more and almost cry. You're like, okay, I'm desperate. I need my fix. I gotta get in. And the girl and the guy, the couple in American Crime, oh my gosh, it was so. Did y'all see? Y'all look like y'all made a thing.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, now I'm gonna watch it now. Now I'm gonna watch it.
They're so desperate, and they did that so well to make me believe that's how hard up they were for a fix. That's how bad they needed a fix. They would resort to being over nice. They would resort to being extra mean. They would resort to violence. They would resort to flattery. They would resort to crying. And it was just all these tactics to get what you want. And that's, that building, you were doing it. And you just left me wanting more and all I had to go off was your voice. I couldn't see it building, and it could have been a little bit, let me try the handle. I'm knocking on the door. But man, that was powerful. I could see that monologue. I'd love to have an opportunity to see you do it again after you've had time to let it simmer.
Yep. And I wrote that down as well. Take us on that emotional journey, because you were believable in those, and even from the beginning when you rested and you got into it. And I love the fact that you chose something that was opposite of the way you look, because you look like the girl who'd be in the library, tutoring people. And yes, I did my project early, so I'm going to help everyone. Yeah. And nobody would believe that you were actually in this situation for real. So as you look at how it's written, choose those moments as to where these emotions will be. And it doesn't have to be where everything is heightened. I mean, sometimes even when we're throwing insults, we may say stuff under our breath. We may be a little, a little slick with our words. And then there is all of these emotions. I wrote that: desperate, humble, angry, accusatory, frustrated. You went through all of those things, and make sure that each one is very distinctive. So we are going with you, and we can see, because the whole overall is that you're desperate. So you're going to keep trying until you win. Let me press this button, and I'm going to press this button to see what happens. I will also say in this particular role, there is an internal and external fight. So we need to see more of the internal fight. We see you fighting with this door and the person behind it. But when we are desperate and we are at our wits' end, there's this thing going on within us as well. Okay, there's a little bit of pride, there's a little bit of frustration. I'm really mad that I'm in this situation, because you accused him of putting you there, but you know you did it to yourself. So make sure that you add that layer of internal and external fight and conflict, because it's not just him, it's you too, boo. So definitely be aware of that. And there was a lot of repetition of the same phrases: open the door. We do that in real life, but real life doesn't really play well in film. Sometimes we use one or two words. Sometimes it's open the, and you bang or whatever, but you said it maybe about 10 times, and it becomes laborious to the audience. Okay. So I would say take out, because you said it 3 times and then took a break and then did it like another 6 or 7. I was like, wow, that's a lot. I would say take out 2/3 of those. So when you say it, it really means something. And if you got to do something, bang on the door, sometimes men punch the wall, just open, whatever the case is, it'll be much more impactful than you saying it over and over, because obviously saying it is not getting him over the door.
Right.
Awesome. Great.
on.
Open the door. Open the door. Thank you, judges, so much. Thank you. Awesome job, Tatiana. Awesome job. Okay, so Cheyenne said you did that. Okay, so Tatiana, let the people know what they need to do for you.
Go to wildproduction.org and vote for Miss Tatiana Sky. Please and thank you.
Absolutely. Please and thank you. She's so polite. Thank you so much, Tatiana. It's great seeing you. Bye. All right, guys. So listen, we have one more contestant to come on up, and that is Shalion Dixon. Come on up.
Hey.
Hi. How you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing good. Thank you. Okay, so how was this week of preparation for you for the monologue slam?
I mean, I didn't need to work. I just got it down. No, I'm joking.
Right.
I've actually, I would just do the work, take the feedback that I got from Mama Bear, and I was just working on those things. So,
okay,
show what I worked on.
Awesome. Were you ready to roll?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, Miss Shalion Dixon, you have the floor.
Awesome. Why is it that everything I touch turns to crap? I learn how to drive, I run over my baby brother. At the high school prom, my date falls off the hotel roof. And it's not just little things, it's everything in general. Sometimes I think I was put on earth just to give God a good laugh. Well, the joke's over and I don't get it. There's really not that much I want out of life. Here's a list I made out not too long ago, before I was aware of my true needs. Number 1 on the list, a man. I'm not too sure about that anymore. They seem to be a very confused breed, always having to try to prove themselves. Stop it and grow up. Either a man is a man or he isn't. If he is, he is. If he isn't, he isn't. So what's the big mystery? Number 2 on my list, kids. I must have been drunk when I made this list. To be very honest, kids today, no, I don't think so. If you don't know enough about who you are, why would you even give a shit about who they are? So, number 2 is in the trash bin. Number 3, a career. Doing what? I hate computers and I despise people. Where do I go with skills like that? The DMV. Great. So I'll stand around all day and get varicose veins. No, thank you. Number 4, BMW convertible. So far, that's the only thing that still seems reasonable. The bottom line is some people are luckier than others. It's that simple. Scene.
Thank you so much, Ms. Dixon. Listen, you got a killer smile. And the moment you came on and you started smiling and your presence filled up the screen, I was like, oh, this is nice. It's nice. You really have a great presence and you really have a nice voice and those kind of things. So thank you so much for bringing your gift before us this evening. We appreciate it. Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Did you enjoy doing this monologue?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you did. Okay,
Yeah.
then. Right, good. Now, I want you to think about something.
Mm-hmm.
When you answered me, that moment was so honest. That is what we want in that monologue.
Okay.
Your level of honesty. Because that was refreshing. That compelled me to look at you differently. And when you do this monologue, because it's so, I don't want to use the term because people say it's in a negative way, it's gimmicky. It's got things you got to do to make it work. And some people say, don't do gimmicky monologues and stuff. If you do it, whatever you do and you kill it, excuse me, I know right now may not be the best time to use this particular word, but I'll say it this way. if you do something and you have mastered it, then you can break the rules.
All right.
If you have mastered it, because I ain't gonna care that you went against a rule when you are bringing such a life and energy to the film, to stage. I would suggest to you, and I don't know if you do theater or whatever, but you would really do well on film. Your face and stuff, you have a character face, and your voice and your presence works well for film. And these ladies could probably collaborate, or corroborate what I'm saying. I think that you have that kind of presence. But what you got to do is learn how to trust yourself and trust that you already have enough that you don't have to bring extra to the table.
Yes.
That's it.
All right.
Thank you. See,
Yeah. Yes. Oh, your show is definitely authentic. It's infectious. Use that to your benefit. Let that be a part of whatever character it is that you play. I mean, honestly, you got a really nice face. I feel like you're like that friend who supports people. You're that auntie who's going to step up. You would do crazy really good. Your crazy would be really scary.
Yes.
I mean, you got dimples and stuff. My mother has dimples.
Yes.
You got dimples and great teeth and these sweet eyes. Girl, your crazy would be really good. I want you to explore that. I think you should definitely explore that.
All right.
When it comes, yes. So when it comes to this particular monologue, I wasn't sure who you were talking to and where we were. Okay. So was this like on a first date and you're providing too much information? Is it talking to a friend and you guys are comparing notes? Because when you ask the question, because the way you asked it did not give time, place, I wasn't sure of your intention. I was not sure if you were serious or if it was rhetorical, but then I figured out, oh, she's being rhetorical because you're looking at all the lack of the failures, you know, and I use that loosely, in your life. So when you start with that question, the way you start it is what indicates to the audience what we're doing with this and where we're going. So like, let's say if you're playing crazy and you say, do you love me? It can't be like, he just proposed to you. No, it's got to be that he went with another chick and he asked her to marry him. And it's the day before his wedding and you kidnapped him. And then you ask him, do you love me? Okay, now that do you love me does not land the same way as right before they ride into the sunset on the horse. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So because you're asking that question, let us know where we are and what we're supposed to feel and what you're doing with it. Then I think you'll be able to make the proper choices with your words that will indicate, okay, she's having a self-pity moment, or she's on a date sharing way too much information, or she's talking fast because she's nervous. You know, once you figure that out, then we will know how to absorb it and interpret what you're giving, because the words are nice, but you know, words can be ambiguous. And you don't want things to be ambiguous because we're not really sure. Are we tangoing? Is it hip hop? Is it Debbie Allen modern dance? Like, what are we doing with this? So you decide that. And also work on your cadence, because it sounded like you were saying it the way you had rehearsed it and the way you memorized it. So I'm going to tear on this sentence and then I say this, then I clump these words together and then I say this. If you are on a first date and you're just talking too much, because some people talk a lot when they're nervous, stuff will start crashing in together. And you will make me feel awkward. You know, there's some people who got that nervous energy. That's what we need from you, whatever your energy is. So if it's nervous energy, make me feel uncomfortable with this and make me want this to be over, because you have taken me on a journey unwillingly. I'm sitting here stuck at the bus stop and I can't leave because I need to get on the bus. And this chick is pouring her life out to me. And hopefully the bus shows up before she finishes. Okay?
Yes. Thank you.
Well, Kimo, you took half my notes, but that's correct. No, good to see you again, Shalion. Yeah, I saw some improvements. Unfortunately, I mean, I've slept since then, and I remember half my notes. Sorry, I did write them down. But I did feel the beginning was it felt rushed. in the beginning. And there was a couple moments where I could hear the naturalness in it and your natural self. And then there was other moments, like Kima said, I actually wrote, some seemed over rehearsed, and you just spit the lines out because that's how you know, maybe that's the best way you could memorize it. And at the beginning you were giving 2 examples, and it was like, I do this and then this, and then I do this and then this. And I didn't feel an emotional range with, it's like, every time I leave 5 minutes early, I get every red light and I end up 10 minutes late now. Instead of every time I leave 5 minutes early, well, then I just get 10 minutes, it doesn't make more sense because you didn't vocally take us, this has been our cadence tonight, take us on the journey. You set this example and then this happens. And, the get the hopes up, let the hopes down. I didn't feel that. I felt like you rushed right through those earlier examples. And I kept thinking, oh, no. And I wrote down, slow down. And then you gave the first example. I know you get your piece of paper and you do that. And if you do film, you've got to be very careful with props, especially props that make noise like paper. And that's just a technical note. In fact, if you ever do this audition on camera, I would recommend bring your paper up closer so we're not losing your face when you look down.
Okay.
Because I lost your whole face, and instead of ripping it up, maybe it's just a tiny little notepad and you're just crossing it off the list instead of ripping it up and throwing it, because that can tend to take us out of the moment and go like, oh, there was crackling. Oh, there was, what happened there? So that's just kind of a side technical note to help that play better on camera, is to not have noisy props, mark it off the list, or just do it down, or be on your computer, when you're looking at your phone, you're like, oh, nope, that's not on my list. That's not, nope. And then it's nothing distracting. And the one about the kids, that was the one that got me the most, because that seemed like the most natural reaction. It was a good belly laugh. You're like, kids, yeah, no, no way. I think there was 4 examples. The first one was just speed. It was just the speed plow. I didn't believe that one. The kids, I believed. I forgot what was the second, the third example.
A career.
That one was sort of believable. And then the car. Oh my gosh, I would have wanted just sarcasm oozing out of you. That is the most reasonable thing right now. But all I kept thinking was, this pathetic little soul has no job. She's not going to afford a BMW. Because it's like, I wish that monologue was rewritten to be like, yeah, that sounds reasonable, but due to the current circumstances, that's not happening.
Not happening.
So I agree, and I want, you start talking about being crazy in it. I mean, are we going to give her Perry Suzanne's monologue and let her go crazy and swap them? There was an element of realness that I wanted, that Ursula talked about, is just the rushing comes in when, instead of you naturally thinking, ask these questions to yourself and see how you actually would react if this were you. And I shared this on the last monologue. I was reading the book Audition by Michael Shurtleff, and it talked about, don't try to become someone else. It's you in a different situation, under different circumstances. Just play you. And so I would want to see more of you in that. The kids, for some reason, I just totally I believe that. Kima said, you make a good auntie, your smile is infectious and your energy is infectious. I love watching you.
Yep. I can really see you like on Power, like on Ghost, like you one of like the gang leaders and stuff, and you come in with this smile and you kill people, pow, pow, and you're just smiling, right? And it's like total game changer. I could just see that when I saw you. I was like, or on Empire, there was a young girl who played the rapper on Empire and everything, and I could just see you.
Thank you all.
Awesome feedback. Thank you so much, judges. Thank you. Awesome, Shelly. Great job. So tell the people what they need to do for you.
Okay, now you can go to wowproduction.org and vote for me.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you. Great job again. I was Shelly Dixon again. Listen, we have come to the end of our night, and I appreciate you joining the second Wow Productions Monologue Slam. So now you have till 11:59 tonight to vote for your favorite contestant, okay? And then go to wowproduction.org. Oh, and y'all forgot about the boosting the vote. You can boost your vote for $1, okay? So you can boost your vote for $1 for any of your favorite contestants at wowproduction.org. Okay, it's 11:59 tonight. Also, come back here tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. sharp to find out who are the winners, okay? So again, rock the vote tonight. And then, of course, vote in November because your vote counts, okay? Your vote counts. Everyone's vote count. You got to make it. You can't complain if you're not going to do anything about it, okay? So we appreciate you so much. Judges, we appreciate you. We're going to bring the judges up really quickly so we can thank them for their wonderful feedback. Hi, judges. Miss Kima Mingo. We got Miss Ursula O. Robinson. We got Miss Susan Willis, aka Mama Bear. We thank you so much and appreciate you. You guys gave such great feedback. I mean, listen, these are to be played back for years and years and years for great feedback. Like, I mean, seriously, actors, go and play these videos back. They're here. They are on YouTube and Facebook. So go back and you can use all the feedback that they gave you in your work too. Because I know I'm going to do that in my work.
Right.
So, you guys have any last words? Anything? Actor, anything?
This was a lot of fun, and I learned from them. So, ladies, thank you. I think all of us are so different, and we saw things from unique perspectives. And I'm sitting over here like, okay, so I'm gonna remember that next time I talk to an actor. Okay, I'm about to feel that real quick.
Right. I feel the same way. A wonderful experience. I've learned from you, beautiful queens. I enjoyed this opportunity to share what we love. And it's so great when people come together and we can do what we love. And you know, and it just makes you feel good to be able to impart into someone some hope, because we know what it's like to be out there doing what we love and somebody doesn't give us any hope.
Right.
So, and I'm so thankful for that opportunity and for the hope that I've gotten from these beautiful women here, because I'm taking your notes too.
I cannot wait to work with all of you because I'm when is your next class? Kima, when is your next film?
Yes.
When can I cast you in something?
Yes.
I'm like, yes, I'm doing the same thing. I'm taking notes, and you know, not having met either Ursula or Kima, I kind of sort of met you from the last one, but I feel like I've known y'all. I feel like we're connected, and it's just, I mean, we're all in the same state technically. You know, I'm in South Carolina, even though it's amazing to know that I just feel like you're a stone's throw away, and I can just reach out and touch you, and just feel a little bit of your energy and your compassion. Thank you, Ursula and Kima and Tangi.
Yes, thank you so much. Johnson. Thank you, ladies. Listen, ladies are rocking it, okay? Ladies, 2021, we are on, okay?
Boom.
2020, we're going to get it together, and 2021, it is on. Okay, so thank you so much, judges. Appreciate you. I love you personally, and I know everyone else does.
Thank you.
Good night. Good night. So again, guys, and yes, we thank you, Miss Queen Shannon. We saw your notes. Yes, feedback was awesome. But again, you have till 11:59 tonight to vote, and then come back here tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. to find out who the winners are. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody. Have a great one. See you tomorrow. Good luck, contestants.